Welcome back semuanya di KCD2, Kingdom Come Deliverance II. Kita lanjutkan lagi quest kita dengan The Fifth Commandment. Jadi kemarin kita mencoba nyari si Stanya, apa yang terjadi pada Stanya, dan kita sudah sampai di perkemahan charcoal burner ini, perkemahan para charcoal itu batu bara ya, batu bara. Jadi kemarin itu dia kan si Barton itu ngomong kalau tempat ini adalah tempat laki-laki aja, tapi ternyata di salah satu rumahnya itu kita ngeliat lewat jendela gitu, itu ada cewek. Jadi kemungkinan mungkin itu kali sistanya nih, mungkin kita coba ya. Oke. Apakah kita harus nunggu sampai malam? Atau di sini kan ya? Ya benar. Itu jangan-jangan sistanya itu mungkin. Jangan-jangan ya. Masuknya bisa dari mana? Apakah hanya dari pintu depan? Atau bisa dari pintu lainnya? Kayaknya pada istirahat ya. Jadi kayaknya sih nggak apa-apa, kita coba dulu ya. Kayaknya nggak bakal ketahuan ya. Oh. Okay, let's try this. Stanya!
What's that noise? Hey, what are you doing here? You're not allowed.
Gua ini
Who
bukan.
are you? How did you find me? If you came here to finish what you started, I'm not afraid of you. I'll claw your eyes out.
Don't be afraid. I don't want to hurt you.
So, what do you want from me then?
Lumir asked me to find out what happened to you. He thought you were dead.
Lumir? From the rat house? He sent you?
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg. Lumir thought it might be connected with you, so maybe you could help us find out who did it.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since... I don't even know when.
Terus lo kenapa kabur?
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without a word. What happened?
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid. I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows and grabbed me around the neck. And he was terribly strong. I nearly blacked out right away.
And how did you manage to break free?
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me go, and I ran away.
Here? To the charcoal burners?
No, first to my room in the hole. I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran. Here, to Barton.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here since then.
Terus kerja di hole itu gimana rasanya?
What was it like working in the hole?
Well, I earned a few groschen, that I did, but I often had to grit my teeth.
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich or poor, everyone wants to grope a girl. People, well, us girls have to watch out. We can't just put up with it, and sometimes we have to be tough, especially in a place like the hole. But you can't overdo it either. That's no good.
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then sometimes they leave a groschen, or even two. You have to keep a balance. To look friendly, but unavailable.
Yang ngeganggu lo di hall itu siapa? Hall ini tempat ininya tavern ya, nama tavern.
You said that rich or poor, they all like to grope girls. Like who?
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man, but young von Groll used to go there for a while.
Is that so? Did he talk to you?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back, but beyond a few groschen, there was nothing more to it. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him and... Oh, it doesn't matter. But that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him with him.
Von Groller had a servant with him?
Aye, a pudgy fella, well dressed, but had a mean face. He never said a word or smiled, or even said thank you.
Lo lagi jalan pulang waktu setelah dari bath, dari itu tempat pemandian di malam hari.
You walked home from the baths at night?
What's so odd about that?
Well, at night, the baths are...
Ah, right. I went there after closing. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale and took a bath while they drank it.
Aha. So that's why you had the empty pitcher you hit him with?
Right. I went there regularly, every week.
The same way every time?
Aye, always the same way. The shortest one. I didn't want to stay out too long at night.
And who knew that you went by yourself to the baths?
Well, everyone from the tavern, I reckon. I didn't hide it.
Terus kenapa lo nggak balik?
Why didn't you go back to the hole?
Just to get murdered there? Are you mad? I'm never going back there. Not until they catch him.
Terus lo sekarang gimana keadaannya?
How are you now?
I'm still awful scared. I can't fall asleep knowing that, and I can't even really leave the house.
Apakah lo ingat nggak sesuatu dari penyerang lo? Mungkin orangnya seperti apa?
Do you remember anything important about the attacker? What he looked like? What he was wearing?
I don't know anything. It was at night. He grabbed me from behind, and then I ran and never turned back.
And what about when you hit him? What did he do?
He let me go and cursed.
Aha. And what did he say?
He said Scheisse in German.
Oh. Ayo coba ingat terus, bisa nggak?
Seems you're the only one to survive the killer's attack. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it, but try to remember something else about that moment, or when you were running away. Anything can help us, even if it seems insignificant.
I don't know. It's all like in a fog.
You were walking down the street. Did you notice anything before he attacked you?
No, nothing.
You didn't see anything or hear anything?
Actually,
Ooh.
I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking, but when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking about?
Not at all. But there were two voices. Two of them waiting for me there.
Ada dua. Kerjasama gitu. Terus try to think about, coba ingat tentang penyerangannya.
It's difficult, I understand. But I need you to think hard one more time. Aside from those voices and the empty street, what else do you remember?
I didn't hear him at all. And then he grabbed me.
And nothing else? Did he grab your hair?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away
Oh.
and squeezed.
Jadi emang
just for
itu.
a moment. But I still had a big bruise round my neck for weeks. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip, like a miner or swordsman.
Apakah si Mo, Father Prokop, atau si William? Kita coba tanya, apakah Prokop?
Couldn't it have been Father Prokop?
Father Prokop? I don't know him.
No, he's pretty old. He preaches in the Church of St. Peter and St. Paul.
I don't know him. And if he's an old man, how strong could his grip really be?
Ya benar juga. Kalau si Mo gimana?
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then? You yourself said he's a pig.
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bastard. All lewd remarks and groping fingers. The lecher. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him snoring. It couldn't have been him.
Kalau si William?
I heard William liked pretending to be a spy. Do you know anything about that?
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. A stupid trick to make himself seem more interesting. Though, I reckon he's more likely to attract an ass-kicking than a woman.
I reckon that'll be all.
I'm sorry I'm not able to help you more.
You don't need to apologise.
Thank you. Could I ask you for a favour?
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard, would you please let me know? So I can finally stop being afraid.
I'll stop by if I can.
I'll be with you.
Kata si apa? Cewek ini bukan William, bukan Prokop, bukan Simol. Jadi siapa? Learn more about Zdena, the Thieves of Fate. Ada di G. Billany. Kita fast travel ke sini. Nah, udah gelap nih, jam 10 itu udah gelap. Nightcrawler. Oke. Kita rubah dulu waypointnya. Kita mau ke G.
Easy. Nice and slow.
Oh, bisa ke situ ya? Mungkin ke sini, lewat sini aja. Jalan pintas mungkin ya. Iya bener, kalau kata si itu dia bener, kalau emang dia kekuatannya gede gitu ya, punya kekuatan, mungkin nggak mungkin si Prokop juga, soalnya Prokop udah tua. Jadi antara si Stanley, si William, si Mol itu kayaknya udah tua juga orangnya kan ya. Kalau bukan William siapa lagi? Kita harus terus investigasi ini, soalnya masih banyak pertanyaan.
Quick.
Mudah-mudahan waktunya ini malam hari kita masih bisa terus investigasi, kecuali orangnya mungkin udah tidur.
Go.
Di kota ini mungkin. Oke. Stein. Oh ini kan ini tempatnya si Miller, bukan ya? Kalau bukan mirip sih. Di atas dia kali, lagi tidur berarti. Kita belum pernah ke sini. Zdena, the second missing victim, was a member of a band of pickpockets. Her accomplice, Stranad, told me that she'd managed to rob some careless rich fellow and went to sell her loot to a man called Pint, the foreman at a nearby mill. Jadi kita ngomong sama si Pint kayaknya. Tapi sepertinya dia sudah tidur. Mungkin dia tidur di sini. Oh, di atas ini kali ya. Tapi boleh nggak ya ke sini? Nah, itu mungkin. Hired hand. Ini? Iya, hired hand point. Kita bangunin deh. Kayaknya nggak apa-apa.
Greetings to you. How can I help?
Bener. Apakah lo Pint?
Are you Pint?
I am. Why?
I'm looking for Zdena.
I don't know any Stena.
Sternad said something different.
You're a friend of Sternad's, are you?
Ya, gue temennya.
God forbid. That's all I need. A friend like that bastard. But he was the only one who really knew Zdena.
You're right there. Zdena was always cursing him. He was as lazy as a pig, but always wanted his share.
So you knew Zdena? Can you tell me anything about her?
I know Zdena all right, but she ain't been here in some time. Why are you looking for her? What do you want from her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city, they think she's either dead or run off somewhere. And you're the last person to see her before she went missing.
Kurva.
Terus Dana ini apa yang lo bisa ceritain tentang dia?
What can you tell me about Zdena?
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and her home as a child. She had to learn to take care of herself.
And what about Sternad? How does he fit into this?
Sternad was her guardian angel, as she used to say. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by sharing with him, she could do what she wanted.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised she stuck with him as long as she did.
That's because she had a hideout somewhere nearby. That's why she'd come to me with her loot, before they taxed her on the spot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'd be able to go wherever she wanted, to Prague or Vienna.
I heard she wanted to sell you some valuables. Is that true?
Oh, aye. She had a good haul, no rubbish. Mostly jewellery, rings, one signet ring with a coat of arms and everything.
She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a basket with her, otherwise she couldn't have carried it all.
And what about that signet ring? Do you still have it?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it. Said it'd bring her luck someday.
Itu ring cincin macam apa?
Do you know what kind of luck she meant? Did you recognize the signet on the ring?
No, I didn't recognize that signet. But all the while, Zdena was giggling to herself. I reckon she had her eye on another mark.
Where did she go next from here? You said she had a lot of coin on her.
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following her. Someone on a horse.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg. Did she say what he looked like?
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back. Never passed by her and...
And did you see him? Did he come all the way here?
No. But Zdena thought he would show. She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was still here.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods, so nobody could follow her. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road goes on to Kuttenberg.
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for her at the ford, no?
Fuck! That's quite possible. I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any riders that day. So I forgot about it.
Apa kalau ada masih punya ininya apa? Scarfnya si Dana, kita bisa ini kayaknya bisa gunain si Matt untuk nyium kalau dia punya.
Is Denna's scarf? Do you still have it?
Aye.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to give it back to her the next time she came.
Will you give it to me? I'll try having my dog track her down.
All the same to me. Here you go. But it's been a long time. I don't know if it will help.
Apakah pelakunya adalah si Prokop yang naik kuda itu?
And could it have been Father Prokop following her?
What do I know? If he has a horse and fancy clothes. But why would he do it?
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job, but she wasn't interested.
I don't know. She didn't say nothing about that.
Apakah mungkin si William?
And could it have been William?
And who would that be?
He's this bard she was seeing.
I don't know about that. I don't remember her mentioning nobody by that name.
Well, I'll go and check out that ford. Maybe I'll find something there.
I hope you don't. Take care and have a good night.
Langsung tidur dia. Oke. Learn more about. Jadi di sekitar sini ya. Oke. Mungkin baiknya kita ke situ dulu. Terus baru ngasih si Magnum scarf-nya. Jadi ini lewat hutan ini. Oke. Apakah energi kita masih bagus? Kita masih oke. Ke G kan ya? Pastiin dulu ya, oke. Oke, let's go. Harus pelan-pelan lewat hutan ini, soalnya kalau nabrak pohon bisa jatuh. Nah, di sekitar sini mungkin.
That has to be that ford Pike was talking about. I should take a look around here.
Mana? Oke. Oke, Mat, ini cium dulu. Commands, track,
Search.
select. Jangan apinya yang dicium ya. Oke. Lead the way, Mat. Jangan-jangan sedenanya ini lagi udah mati.
What have you found, boy?
Hah? Bener kan? Waduh.
Poor thing. She didn't get very far. Ugh, she's been lying here a long time. At first glance, this body isn't as mutilated as the others.
Kita coba cek kepalanya.
Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her like the others. She's been lying here too long for that, but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock, or dashed her hard against the ground. She must have put up a fight. Or maybe he lost his patience.
Kalau tubuh badannya gimana?
Oh, she's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up, but I don't see any cuts. The rips are odd. Like someone was looking for something.
Apakah ini yang dicari cincinnya itu? Coba cek ininya, kaki sama tangannya.
I can't make much out by now, but it seems as if the fingers on her right hand are broken. Did the murderer torture her? Or was he trying to get something out of her hand?
Cincinnya itu.
Oh, my God. Oh, something fell out of her. A signet ring. Oh, that must be the one she stole. How did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself? Or did the murderer shove it in there? Was she trying to hide it? Or was it punishment for stealing? Well, that's enough. But what does it all mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise, and that's about all I can find out. She's probably been lying here a few weeks, but that ring is a good lead.
Kita bisa gunain cincinnya untuk si Mat itu juga ya, supaya dia nyium. Coba Dana's ring. A ring I found on the deceased as Dana. I don't recognize the family crest on it. Kita lihat jurnalnya. Inform Lumiere about the investigation. Balik ke ini ya, ke Gutenberg. Oke. Kita fast travel. Yes. Stop in front of pack of wolves. Kita coba flee, bisa nggak? Padahal gede, 65% tadi kemungkinannya. Woi. Hah. Coba-coba mereka. Oh, satu lari, kabur dia. Oh, bagus, Mat, bagus. Oh, mereka nyerang ini orang ini juga ya. Oh, kudanya itu dibunuh juga. Dia punya apa ini? Punya grosan nggak? Oh, ambil. Daripada dibuang-buang. Oke, kita lanjut lagi. Itunya serigalanya nggak sekuat dulu lagi. Dulu kalau nggak salah mungkin bisa sampai 4-5 kali baru bisa kita kalahin, tapi sekarang 2 kali aja udah mati mereka. Oke, jam 3 pagi, masih gelap. Tapi pada masih tidur semua kan? Kayaknya dia juga tidur deh. Kecuali kalau dia begadang di luar. Oh, bisa masuk ya? Private? Nggak ada ininya, nggak ada warning. Ini private bukan? Private? Bukan? Kalau gitu ngomong sekarang aja. Ya, gue udah dapat informasi tambahan mengenai pembunuhan ini.
I found out some interesting things about those murders. Just like you said.
That's wonderful news. But wait a while. I promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did, and started asking me questions. Just like you.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit, and I have my own suspicions.
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well,
Ayo ngomong apa, Lumir?
Well, who do you suspect now?
Well, I'd say William did it. The minstrel.
You can't be serious. He's innocent.
Uh-huh. And who do you think it was?
Prokop. I'm sure of it.
No. Really? That's impossible. It couldn't have been him.
So I see we disagree. Too bad. We could have been done with it quickly.
Well, who do you think it was then?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I found out, and then it might be easier for us.
Go on then. Starting with who?
Oke. Tentang Siarka.
Let's talk about Yarka, the one raised by Father Prokop.
What did you learn about her?
Dia di raise sama si Prokop, dirawat.
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was actually her uncle.
Really? But he still could have killed her.
His own relative?
Why not? He's a priest. I'm sure he knows the story of Cain and Abel.
Dia ini melayani keluarganya Von Groll.
Yarka started working for the Von Groller family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was always thorough and reliable.
So what's the story with Von Grolls?
A very wealthy and important family. The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer. Old Von Groller's been sick for years. Can't even get out of bed.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel. They say he's quite successful.
That's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough. We still don't know who the killer is.
Terus gue udah ngomong sama si Mol juga.
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive? You found her alive?
I did. Alive and well. Hiding with the charcoal burners.
So, she's not one of our victims?
She is. She just managed to escape the killer. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out. Just ran. Which is probably why she survived.
And what about the blood in the bedroom?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still so scared that she grabbed her things and ran off to her beloved charcoal burner.
Jadi kalau dia nyerang pembunuhnya dengan gelas gitu ya sampai berdarah kepalanya pembunuhnya itu, kemungkinan masih ada ininya kan, mungkin masih ada kayak bekas-bekasnya, kayak si William kayaknya nggak ada bekas luka deh. Kalau Prokop gue lupa angka. Keep in mind, we'll have to keep in mind. Someone was waiting for her. Ya, ada yang menunggu dia.
She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody knew exactly which way she would take and where to wait for her.
You mean someone followed her beforehand to figure out where to ambush her?
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. She didn't hide the fact.
Ya, ada dua orang dia diserang sama dua orang.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices in the alley. Someone was talking to the killer.
So we have a witness. Now, just to find him.
Or an accomplice? If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report it.
Ya, pembunuhnya Stanya doesn't know Prokop. Stanya knew William. Ya, si Stanya ini tidak tahu si Prokop.
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop. She said no.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him. Or he gave a different name, or...
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the worst tavern in Kuttenberg.
Pembunuhnya ini kuat. Dia mencekik sampai ada bekasnya di lehernya si Stanya ini.
According to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip. Her neck was bruised for almost a month.
Doesn't almost every man have a strong grip?
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacksmiths, eh?
Si Stanya tahu tentang si William. Dia kenal William.
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better, but nothing came of it.
And that's probably why I wanted to kill her. And likely rape her before that.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William, and no matter what they say about him, in her eyes he's a good lad.
Ya, pembunuhnya dia bilang sesuatu waktu nyerang si Stanya.
According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to at least call her a whore.
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said Scheisse.
So, we're looking for a German?
Even I say Scheiße sometimes, and I'm not German.
Mall kayaknya bukan kayaknya. Kayaknya mall bukan.
She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig, but the evening she ran home, he was in bed snoring, and that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck. Does she want to come back, or will she stay with the charcoal burners?
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now they'll come back for her, she doesn't even leave the house. I managed to find Zdena.
You found her? Is she alive too?
No. Unfortunately, she's dead.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill she used to sell things at. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quickly.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he definitely didn't hack her up like the others.
Ya, dia nyuri banyak ini perhiasan.
Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much jewelry on her, she could hardly carry it. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
Si Zdena ini diikutin sama ini, ada yang ngikutin dia dari belakang pakai kuda.
She said someone followed her on horseback from Kuttenberg. She tried to lose him, but apparently wasn't able to.
On horseback? I don't suppose she described him, did she?
Only as a wealthy type who never got too close.
That doesn't fit in with the previous murders.
Terus si Prokop ini dia bertengkar sama Zdena.
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her, but unlike Yarka, she ended up on the street, and he took it badly.
Si Zdena ini mencoba mencuri si Von Groll.
Zdena tried to rob young Von Grolle. It's possible she succeeded.
Von Grolle? Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
Ah, that whole family is suspicious.
Assumptions. Nothing more.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I have found that ring on her?
They just left the ring by her body? That's odd, isn't it?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it. I don't know if she swallowed it herself or someone shoved it in her.
Ah, that's awful. But I can't say it surprises me.
My mouth is starting to hurt from all this blabbering.
So are my ears and head.
Come now, we're nearly there. We just need to find our suspect. So, Henry, who do you think did it?
Kayaknya dia bukan William deh. Dia muda tapi dia masih dungu gitu. Kayaknya mungkin salah satu dari Von Groll ini mungkin.
I suspect one of the Von Grolles.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Yeah. Yarka served them. Young Von Groll could be the suitor. Zdena was followed by Ryder. Yeah, semuanya cocok. Zdena dia nyuri si Von Groll.
Zdena robbed Von Grolle.
That's true.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
Terus si Zdena diikutin sama orang yang naik kuda yang kelihatan seperti bangsawan.
Zdena was followed by someone on a horse. Von Grolle could afford a horse.
That's not so sure, is it? And maybe the horse was stolen or borrowed.
But it certainly worsens the case for him. That much is true.
Terus Yarka pernah bekerja sama mereka.
Yarka was their maidservant until she started rebelling, right?
Yes. Do you think she was rebelling because of someone in particular?
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Si yang Von Groll ini bisa jadi orang yang suka ngedeketin dia itu. Mungkin jadi orangnya itu.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And young Von Grolle fits both descriptions.
True.
We could be getting somewhere.
And that's all I can pin on him.
So, do we agree that it was young Von Groll?
Well, old Von Grolle can't do much now, can he?
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young Von Grolle?
Aye. I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of anything. But what are we gonna do about it? Our suspicions aren't enough.
They'll just laugh at us without something more tangible.
So, you wanna search their house?
There's nothing else we can do. There must be a clever way to do it.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough. What will we do?
You could sneak in there.
Or break in?
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a physician.
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones or a swordsman, or break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad. You'll figure it out.
Oke. Jadi pelakunya kemungkinan besar si Von Groll itu yang anak mudanya itu. Kita coba lihat jurnal kita. Examine young Von Groll's room. Dia tinggalnya di mana? Oh, di sini ya. Terus L, infiltrate the house. It's not... Oh, hold on. Me, Catherine, and Lumiere agreed that young Von Groll is the most suspicious, but suspicion isn't enough. We need proof. We need to get into his house and examine his things, but how to get inside? It's not all that easy getting into the Von Groll's house. It's a reclusive family. I need a good reason for them to let me in. Apparently the son is trying to learn sword fighting, and the father is chronically ill and needs a healer. Mungkin kita bisa ngomong sama ininya kali ya, anaknya sebagai, mungkin ngaku sebagai pelatih pedang gitu kali ya. Kita bisa tidur nggak di rumah ini? Nggak bisa kayaknya. Oke. Bagusnya pagi-pagi mungkin kali ya. Kita kan nggak mau coba, jangan sneak cara terakhir mungkin. Kalau sneak malam-malam, tapi kalau mau ngomong sama dia harus pagi-pagi. Sekalian kita tidur aja sebentar. Kita fast travel ke sini. Oke. Tidur dulu beberapa jam. Oke, sleep and save. Sampai jam ya 9 pagi bagus. Kayaknya dia bakal gampang di persuade deh. Kita kan pakai baju armor gini kali ya. Terus kita punya pedang. Kita juga swordmanship-nya bagus juga. Mungkin kita bisa ngeyakinin dia untuk pura-pura ngelatih. Si Catherine udah balik. Oke, nourishment kita makan dulu sedikit. Oh, mungkin bisa makan di dapur kali ya. Coba cari dapur dulu. Biasanya ada yang masak di sini. Nggak ada. Masih kepagian. Mungkin kepagian kali. Kita makan aja yang kita punya. Smoked chicken, walnuts, dried beef. Kita dried beef aja. Eat. Oke, bagus. Kita mungkin bagusnya mandi dulu ya. Tempat mandi di mana ya?
Well, I'll be going now.
Mungkin di belakang. Ini bisa nggak ini? Oh bisa, oke, bagus. Karena kalau kita mau diterima sebagai pelatihnya dia, kita harus bersih. Sekarang kita pergi ke arah utara barat, ke K atau L. Banyak K dulu deh, kita lewat jalan depannya. Oke.
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Mudah-mudahan kita bisa nyari evidence, bukti bahwa dia adalah pembunuhnya. Kalau bukan dia, berarti siapa? William. Suspek kedua gue sih si Prokop itu. Ini ke kanan ya, ke kanan. Masuknya ini agak susah, bingung dari mana dari sini.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Whoa.
Ini bukan. Servant, ada pelayan. Bisa jadi ini. Coba ya. Hired hand, servant.
Can I help you?
Is this the house of the Von Grolle family?
Yes?
I've come on account of old Von Grolle. I hear he's seriously ill, so I came to offer my services as a healer.
You aren't the first. Why do you think you might succeed?
Ya, gua ngerti potion.
I understand potions and how to prepare them. I'm certain I can find something that'll help your master.
Just as long as you don't poison him.
Even poisons are used in healing. The trick is to use the right amount.
Aye, I know. My apologies. You evidently know your trade well. Come inside. But before you begin your healing, speak to the mistress of the house. She can certainly tell you more about what ails the master. Well.
Oke. Kita boleh masuk sekarang ya? Oh, nice. Boleh masuk. Ini siapa nih? Handle. Oh, dia gunain pedang dia. Terus kelihatannya muda, kuat.
Lob sei Gott.
Itu apa? Jerman ya? Bahasa Jerman barusan. Huh. Okay. Examine young von Grauls to infiltrate the house. Treat old von Graul. Examine. Kalau examine di K. Ini boleh masuk gak? Mungkin bukan ini kali ya. Di atas mungkin. Ya. Oh, ini tempatnya persis seperti ini ya, tempat tavern, mirip-mirip sih. Ini apa ini? Ini dapur ini. The house istrinya ya. Istri yang tuanya mungkin. Dia di mana kamarnya? Ini.
For forth we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we to Christ thy Son was made known by the message.
Madalena von Graul. Oh, ini yang sakit itu ya. Kalau ini kali kamarnya ya. Oh.
Starting to think someone wanted to ambush me.
No. Kita harus pakai ini kayaknya. Pakai pakaian yang bikin nggak banyak suara ya. Noise 21, 23, conspicuousness 41, visibility. Cuma pakai baju ini deh. Si handle ke atas nggak ya dia? Oke. Mudah-mudahan dia nggak ke atas. Kita tutup. Oke. Ini apa nih? Ini lock medium. Rob. Cap with peacock feathers. Bukan. Kita mungkin kalau nggak ada tempat lain mungkin kita harus nge-lockpick itu tempatnya. Ini apa nih? Hard. Apakah ada sesuatu di sini? Bread. Kayaknya kita harus lockpick deh ini. Kita coba minum potion buat quick finger potion. Increase craftsmanship theory by 4, 20 minutes. Masih medium sih. Coba aja dulu. Mudah-mudahan nggak susah. Waduh. Bam. Waduh. Mudah-mudahan nggak ada yang denger. Hampir kayaknya itu. Aduh, kayaknya kedengaran deh. Stop dulu. Ada yang nyari mungkin. Tunggu sebentar. Mudah-mudahan nggak ada. Oh, si M-nya bergerak. M itu sih itu kan. Treat all, no bukan. Kayaknya nggak jadi dia kesini. Coba lagi. Nice. Roshan ambil. Ornate thin picture. Ladies shoes. Ini nggak ada hubungannya ini kan. Picture. Apa picture? Bukan. Kok nggak ada apa-apa ya? Berarti di hard itu kali. Oh, mungkin kita harus harus ngerob dia, megang kuncinya kan dia mungkin. Kita harus ngerob dia. Coba dia di bawah kan ya? Sini. Apakah masih duduk? Masih.
Kochst du heute Abend?
Aye, aye. What are you sneaking around here for, you scoundrel?
Oke. Dia harus sendiri dia, kalau nggak bakal kelihatan. Coba kita sembuhin anak bapak tua ini dulu. Oh, nggak bisa ya, mungkin harus ngomong sama si madamnya ini. Oh, golden crucifix yang kita curi itu di tempat lain itu, yang di tempat yang awal-awal itu mahal juga itu. Sekarang apa nanti ya? Lockpick hard. Oke, kita coba ngomong sama istrinya dulu. Mungkin dia bisa nge-lead kita.
I've come to treat your husband, ma'am.
Is that so?
Yes.
So Thaddeus has checked you out. Fine then. Perhaps God will finally have mercy on Gotslin. You'll find him on the floor above, in the bedchamber to the left of the stairs. But I suppose you'll first want to learn a bit more about his illness?
Okay, yeah, kasih tahu gua.
Tell me all you know.
It's been a long time since Gotslin fell ill. At first, he just lost his strength and tired easily. Nobody thought it might be an illness yet. Not until the trembling came.
What trembling? Like with chills?
Not at all. At first, his hands started shaking. But over time, the shaking got worse. And he got it in his legs. And the stronger it was, the weaker my husband got. Nowadays, he can't even get out of bed. He can't talk properly either. So he spends most of his time alone. If he'd at least ask God for mercy. But that sinner is not even capable of that.
Udah berapa lama sakit?
How long has he been ill, exactly?
It must be years now that he's been this bad. But his hands started to shake earlier than that. God only knows if it isn't from all that endless drinking of his.
Apakah dia memang minumnya banyak sekali gitu?
You say he drank. Did he drink a lot?
Uncontrollably. But if only that was all.
What else? Did he eat too much meat?
Yes. Yes, a lot of meat.
A lot of meat?
But that's not all, is it?
That's none of your business. You came to treat him, not to hear his confession.
I don't want to hear anyone's confession. But isn't it important?
You answered that yourself. It's not.
Oke, terus apalagi yang mengganggu dia?
What else is bothering him, besides the trembling?
I don't really like talking about it, but he can't defecate properly.
And how is his stool when he does defecate?
Check it yourself. You're the physician here.
Oke. Terus dia makan apa sebenarnya sih?
What does he get to eat now? If he's constipated, that might have something to do with it.
The cook prepares his meals. You can ask her.
Terus apa yang menyebabkan penyakit ini?
Do you have any idea what caused his illness?
Am I a physician? Find out yourself.
Well, you might have some idea. Was he injured in the past? Did he lead an unhealthy life? You'll know more about these things than me.
I don't know about any old injuries, but Gotslin never lived in moderation. He drank a lot, and he burdened his soul in other ways as well.
Oke.
I'll go and take a look at him.
Kita nyoba ngomong ke ini bisa nggak? Phone nggak bisa. Housewife. Ini yang tadi di atas bukan? Yang di dapur.
God be with you, sir.
Ya, what do you cook for the master? Ya, lo masak apa buat si bapak tua?
I came to heal your master, and I'd like to know what you cook for him.
But of course, sir. Mostly light meat, poultry and fish, and then lots of vegetables. One Sawbones already told us what the old gent should eat, but he don't eat much anyways, so it don't make no sense. He told us to give him some wine sparingly, but my mistress banned it.
Terus dokter yang mana yang datang ke sini?
Which physician treated him? Do you recall?
Some gent called Albeek from Moravia, I heard. He came, looked at the master, and then just told us what to cook for him.
Terus kenapa bapak tua nggak makan?
And why doesn't he eat?
How should I know? He don't say a word as the day is long. He used to be very fond of chasing women and boozing, true, but at least he was always merry. Now he's just a grouch. I ain't surprised he don't like his food.
Terus kenapa si mistressnya nggak boleh dia minum wine?
Why did she forbid him to drink?
Master used to drink a lot, and mistress weren't too pleased about it. She says drinking is a sin, and the devil's lure.
Thanks. That'll do me.
Okay.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Oke. Ini nggak tahu bakal ada hubungannya apa enggak ya sama ini. Coba kita cari lagi sekali lagi deh. Dia bakal ke atas nggak? Trespassing. Ini ada. Pelan-pelan. Ada apel. Ini apa di bawah ini? Bukan ya? Ini apa ini? Ada key. Oh, jangan-jangan ini keyboard ini lagi yang hard ini. Coba ya. Oh, nice. Grotion. Trophies for victims.
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
Jadi dia yang ngebunuh. Wah. Kita treat dulu nggak ya? Tapi nggak bisa ngomong sama dia. Ini apa nih? Jangan-jangan stulnya ini. Oh, ini kayaknya. Iya, BAB-nya itu. Kecil, keras-keras. Kita nggak bisa ngomong sama dia. Gimana coba nge-treatnya? Oke. Well, kita langsung aja deh ke si Lumir. Harus selalu diingat ini game RPG gitu kan, yang it's a heavy RPG, jadi game yang untuk permasalahan itu jalan keluarnya nggak hanya satu aja, bisa 2 atau lebih. Jadi kalau misalnya kita nggak bisa nge-lockpick, ngebuka itunya dengan lockpick, berarti mungkin ada jalan lainnya. Seperti tadi kan kita bisa bisa ngebukanya dengan kuncinya. Gue kira kuncinya ada sama si itu, ada sama si handle-nya sendiri. Tapi ternyata ada di kamarnya.
Easy, good horse.
Cuman harus teliti aja nyarinya. Ini dia, kelewat. Lumir? Yeah. I've just go dah ke rumahnya si Von Grolls.
I need to discuss that visit to the Von Grollers.
Excellent. Let's find Catherine. You can tell us everything.
I think we were right. Something seriously fishy there.
Well, don't keep us in suspense. What did you find out?
You found something there, didn't you?
Yes.
Evidence?
I certainly did. In the young lord's room.
What was it?
This. He had it in a chest in his room. Locks of hair. All brown, but all a bit different. They're definitely from those murdered girls.
Hair? But that's not enough. That definitely won't suffice as proof.
Why wouldn't it? He took them as a keepsake from the dead girls, as a trophy. It was him!
But nobody will believe us. We need more than just hair. A bloody dress or the murder weapon.
To be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that. They're pretty careful to cover their tracks.
Damn it. We're fucked. If we at least had a witness.
And what about 3 witnesses at once?
Where are you going to find 3 witnesses when you don't even have one?
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain young Hendel did it. So what if we set a trap and catch him in the act?
And how do you want to do that? I mean, we don't know who he's planning to murder next.
We'll set someone up. Some brunette.
You want to sacrifice some poor girl?
Dia sendiri.
No, nobody's gonna get hurt. We'll be keeping our eye on her the whole time.
The only one I can think of is Stanya. And I highly doubt that she'd want to risk her life again.
She won't have to. I'll do it.
Benar kan?
But you haven't had anything to do with him. He'll see through it immediately. It'll fail.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Catherine up a bit, and she'll go asking for the young lord, father of her child. When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her to fix things up.
I'll cause such a scene, they'll be talking about it for years. Then we'll tell them where he can find me, and we've got him.
If you say so. But where can we do it? We can't do it here. They'd figure it out pretty quick.
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. It has only one way out. You'll be hiding across the way, and jump out at the right moment. I repeat, at the right moment.
Don't worry. We won't take our eyes off you.
Where's Handel? I need to talk to him!
Kita belum ganti baju.
Do you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
Ooh.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Handel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me.
Get rid of her. Disgrace.
Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Handel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin.
What?
Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him.
Pandai berakting juga nih si Catherine. I mean, dia itu kan emang spy gitu kan, mata-mata. Oh. Sekarang dia pura-pura sendiri.
It's open.
Oh, ininya.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Handel?
Handel, you wanton whore! Debauching my son! A nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you! Christ, the trials I have to endure! A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it! Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Oh,
That's it, is it?
Pelakunya ini.
I could help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
Waduh. Kita bukan pakai baju armor lagi. The bow is a quick and effective weapon at long range, but handling it requires training. Aiming can be difficult. Kita nggak pakai bow. Kita pakai ini close range combat ini.
In for an ass kicking, you piece of shit! Ha!
Ah. Ayo. Hampir aja. Hampir. Oke, kita ganti baju dulu. Gila, hampir aja. Terus kita ini gimana nih? Oh, harus ditahan ya. Gue baru sekali gunain itu. Ternyata harus ditahan kalau mau minum itu. Oke.
Catherine, we have to take it.
Catherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How dare you? Hands off, you heretical scum.
Shut up.
Kita punya pertanyaan. Kita nanya dulu deh.
Let her speak. I still don't understand what actually went on here. I have some questions for you.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent. Nothing. You can't keep me here. Let me go. I'm a woman of worth.
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will loosen your tongue when your feet start burning. But why wait, right? I'll cut your ear off. Maybe both of them. All you need to talk is a tongue.
No! Let me go!
Kenapa lo ngelakuin semua ini sih?
Why did you do it, for Christ's sake?
Don't blaspheme, you heathen.
Come on, answer him or it's gonna hurt.
My husband, he drank a lot, ran around with whores and didn't pray enough. And God punished him for it. I couldn't allow the same thing to happen to Hendel.
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk to him about it?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to sow his wild oats before finding a wife.
So your own son didn't listen to you? And you started killing the girls who
seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it in hell. But there's no way they were going to drag my Hendel there with them.
Apakah si Hendel tahu tentang ini?
And what about Hendel? Did he know what you were doing?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation? Of course not. But one day he'll be grateful to me for it.
he's going to jump for joy. His mother a mad woman, and his servant a murderer.
Speak politely to me, you whore.
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly. I'm sorely tempted to finish this here and now.
Terus rambut-rambut itu dikumpulin buat apa?
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest? You're trying to tell me he wasn't involved, but he was keeping their hair?
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his. So we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him it was from them, as a parting gift.
Well, he didn't find that strange?
Out of sight, out of mind. He always found some new harlot anyway.
Terus lo ngebunuh dia, cewek-cewek ini di mana?
There was no blood where Alice was found. Where did you kill them?
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me something about an abandoned barn. I only told him to cut them up thoroughly.
Gila nih.
Why?
Why? As a warning. So those whores knew what awaited them. To put the fear of God in them.
Ya lo tahu nggak lo ngebunuh cewek-cewek yang innocent gitu, nggak bersalah?
Do you realize you also killed girls who had nothing to do with Hendel?
That's not possible. I saw them all with my own two eyes, chatting with him and giggling.
And what about that alehouse wench?
That strumpet. I saw how she treated him. It's a damned shame she got away.
But she really had nothing to do with Hendel.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she didn't want to fornicate with him. They all deserved it. Every single one. And better sooner than later. That trollop in our service even got herself with child. And she wanted to keep it. The slut.
And what about Zdena? All she did was rob him, and you killed her anyway.
She fawned over him like all the others. He even gave her a ring, which she probably sold immediately. She deserved it. She was a thief, and stealing is a mortal sin.
Better stop asking questions.
Burn in hell, all of you.
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bailiff. She'll get justice there.
We don't have to go anywhere. I'll give her justice right here, right now.
But we can't do that. She has to go before the court. The law must be upheld.
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight. And what judgment will there be? She's from a wealthy family. Nothing will happen to her.
Don't you dare judge me. Only God can do that.
Shut your mouth, you sow. You judged and punished some random girls, and now you'll blaspheme like that?
Our Lord directed me. I did it through His will.
Do you hear that? And you want to let her live?
But that's not justice. It's murder. Henry, won't you say something?
I told you, don't you dare judge me. I am a servant of God.
What? Hipokrit banget nih orang. Dia bilang mencuri itu adalah dosa, jadi kita harus dihukum. Dia sendiri ngebunuh. Itu lebih jahat daripada mencuri. Tuh, gila nih, hipokrit juga nih orang. she has to die, we have to hand over to the executioner. Ya, dan yang ini maksud akal juga. Kan si yang diserang itu kan, yang bisa kabur itu kan katanya ada 2 orang yang lagi ngomong sebelum diserang. Ternyata mungkin ibu nenek ini nyuruh si servantnya, pelayannya, supaya nyerang cewek yang lagi pulang sendirian malam-malam hari itu. Jadi si handle itu bukan yang nyerangnya, pelakunya, tapi pelakunya adalah otaknya si ini, nenek ini. Tapi kita jangan main hakim sendiri, kita kirim dia ke pengadilan saja.
Put away that knife, Catherine. We'll hand her over to the law.
Don't tell me you'd let her get away with it.
She's not going to get away with anything. She killed so many people. If she's lucky, they'll just hang her. If not, she'll be buried alive.
That's right. We caught her in the act, and she's confessed to us. They can't just let her go.
Of course they can. It's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You'll see that all these rich burgher and lords have their own justice.
That won't happen. I guarantee you she...
You can't guarantee a thing. You're not the bailiff and you won't be judging her.
She's right, though. We can't just let her out into the streets. She must be punished. And if not, then you can always go and pay her a visit, right? You know very well who she is.
All right then, you last of the righteous. Take that viper away and may God protect you if they set her free.
Don't worry. I'll take her away.
Okay.
Well, this was a lot stranger than I expected. Do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not sure of anything anymore. Not even myself. Can we just be quiet for a while?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
As you wish.
Masih shock dia.
It was damned odd.
Aye, that it was. Let's go and see Lumia. I wonder how he fared.
Tell us, Lumiere. How did it turn out?
Did it end well? Oh, we're not going to get into trouble now, are we?
It ended well, and I didn't even tell anyone about you.
And how did it go? Did she try to blame it all on her dead servant?
Not at all. She started screaming how she hadn't done anything wrong. That those Czech whores deserved it.
Fucking shameless bitch. The nerve.
I think it's more likely she's gone mad from it all. No sane person would consider that a defense of their actions.
A sane person doesn't kill random women walking by.
Exactly. And what do they plan to do with her?
They're discussing it, and will surely continue to do so. Maybe they'll execute her, but more likely they'll lock her up somewhere and let her fester.
I told you so!
She won't escape punishment, and won't hurt anyone else again. Maybe she'll live, but now they can't pretend nothing happened.
Terus lo abis ini mau ngapain, Lumiere?
And what will you do now? Will you go back to the town hall, Lumiere?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but I probably won't go back now. Maybe better to write something about it. Who knows?
Won't you go back to drinking?
No, it didn't help anything, did it? If I had just persevered instead, I should have pitied those girls, and not myself.
Don't fret. It was a terrible mess and all three of us had to put our heads together.
Yes. You helped me when I was in need and didn't even know it. Maybe I'll just keep helping as long as I can.
Helping others is the best thing a person can do in this world.
Terus kalau lo, Catherine, gimana?
And what will you do, Catherine? Will you stay here?
My work isn't done yet. I have to work in the tavern here and then we'll see. Maybe I'll find work elsewhere.
Do you think we could have done better?
Everything can always be done better. But most important is to do it well and quickly.
Catherine is right. I'll still be kicking myself. Maybe to my dying day. But none of us did anything bad.
That's not entirely true.
I'm talking about innocent people. No more girls died because of you. and that's good.
Well, let's go our separate ways.
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders, and you also saved me. And for that, I will be eternally grateful.
I thank you both. Without you, the devil knows how it would have turned out.
Here you are, as a keepsake, and perhaps as a reward. And if you ever pass by, look us up.
Yes, here is a reward, Henry. And Lumiere, we shall certainly meet again.
Oh, kita dapat reward dari keduanya. Convert Night Shield sama 150 groschen. Ya, lumayan. Naik level juga. Nice. Oke, kita coba lihat sebentar. Convert Night Shield. Oh, kualitasnya sama. Tapi bagusan yang mana ya? Kondisinya bagusan ini sih. Lebih mahal ini sih malahan. Mungkin kita jual aja deh ini. Ini juga hitam kan, warnanya lebih bagus. Terus tadi dikasih 150 groschen ya. Oke. Journal kita udah diupdate. Itu udah selesai. Berikutnya kita mau ngelakuin via Argentum. Tapi sebelumnya kita break dulu teman-teman. Terima kasih sudah menonton. Jangan lupa like, comment, dan subscribe. Sampai jumpa di video berikutnya.